What up, Shane?
What's up, Dylan?
You ready to run this thing?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
What's up, everybody? It is Dylan with D's Dyslexia back again at the Defying Odds podcast here at Saucy Entertainment TV with a good friend we met today, Shane Appel.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Shane, we've done a lot. You've done a lot.
Thank you, Dylan. You too, man.
So, the real reason that I wanted to sit down with you today is because you've done a lot, you've accomplished a lot, you've been able to perform in a lot of cool places, collaborate with a lot of cool people, build your own studio, and you're only 21, right?
Yeah.
Reflecting back on that, what do you, just reflect back on that for a second for me.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful for everything, that's happened in my life so far and all the people that have been there to support me. I've accomplished a lot so far and I plan to keep going and I'm very, very grateful.
It's been so awesome to watch. I've every time I see you doing something leveling up, I just get so excited. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
I appreciate that.
And I love watching you move. What has it been like? What would Shane 4 years ago think of Shane today?
4 years ago, I probably wasn't even really doing music just for the sake of, being an average teenager guy who didn't want to get judged by other people for being a singer or, someone to do something other than that. Keep in mind, at that point, I was wrestling and doing sports like that, so it wasn't really like that. It would be a lot different if I was in a choir class or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you say one of the biggest lessons you've learned on this journey was?
To do it for yourself, there should never be one, thing in the back of your head saying, oh, I want to prove this person wrong, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares, what, right, if you make it or not, no, even a lot of people don't even support me that I thought would support me, so at the end of the day, the only drive needs to be coming from yourself, not other people,
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you've made crazy leaps and bounds. I mean, your singing and your instrument playing from 4 years ago to today is not even comparable.
Thank you.
So I wanted to talk about Pono, your newest song.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we break down those lyrics for a second?
Yeah, so, basically, Pono, I wrote about, being... Pono, I actually saw this term online, and it was basically about, that everyone has a life that was made for them. Most people don't end up fulfilling that life because of obstacles that get in the way, such as college, school, people, relationships. So, Pono would be to be that person that you were created to be, and to live that life and love that life that you live, and chase after. And that's basically, about a lot of the lyrics I wrote were pretty much about that. I said, it's your life, so live it. It's okay to be different, and you only have one life. And that's something, I always try to remind myself that you only have one life, and you don't know how long your life's gonna be. You don't know, tomorrow could be your last day, so you kind of keep going and do everything that you want to do, and don't let anybody stop you,
Yeah. Did you always want to be a singer? Or
no, I always loved singing, and it was my heart, in my heart I love singing, but not in my mind, because I was always thinking I might get judged for it, or I might, people might think me different if I sang, and I knew people thought of me a certain way if I wrestled, because, maybe wrestling was the cool thing to do at that time, or and I also did love that, but not the same way I love music,
Yeah.
And that's mainly the point where I kind of switched at the end of high school. When I was done with wrestling, school was not for me, and I was I really do love music,
What is your advice to somebody? Because our friend group, we all have that mutual, no one went to college, but we're all doing good, big, fun, career-building things.
Yeah.
What would your advice to somebody who isn't going to college and has a dream or a goal, but doesn't know how to start, where to start, who to call?
First of all, if anyone's telling you to go to college, I feel like unless they're doing, if anyone's forcing you to go to college and it feels forced, first of all, I feel like there's no point in going. If you really want to go to college for any reason, go. But, there's so many people who are living so successfully because they took a an OSHA class online or a course online that they would have spent so much money and so much time on in college, you know? So it's like, I feel like you really got to think before just throwing yourself into college, because I feel like for a lot of people it's not necessary. For maybe some people doing certain things, yes, I get it, but yeah.
But if they wanted to start, say, singing or speaking or modeling, what would your advice to them be?
I mean, just go for it. You got to start somewhere. I feel like just mentally you need to be in the right place. Like you need to say like you need to be okay with, okay, this is what I'm doing now, and I'm going to do everything I can to make myself better. You know, whether that's YouTube videos, whether that's learning an instrument, you know, like I feel like if someone says they want to be a singer, it doesn't mean they have to sing right away. That means they could start playing the guitar and start singing in their room, you know, but that's where you're at mentally. You want to start learning. You know, you want to start learning something. Like even me, like every day I'm learning more guitar. Every day I'm learning more piano, more drums, whatever it is, something, you know, producing wise, whatever I have to learn, I'm down to learn, you know?
Can we go into how important it is to be learning every day?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's, in anything you do, is going to be competitive. And I feel like if you don't look at life in a competitive aspect in a way, that you're never going to be ahead. Like, I mean, me personally, one of the things that I do use as motivation is that, you know, if I'm sitting home doing nothing and I want to be a singer, I want to be big. And there's definitely kids my age out there that are doing the same thing as me. And they're probably learning guitar, they're probably playing the piano, they're probably posting more times a day than me, or you know, more consistent, you know, and that gives me drive. That it's not going to be easy, you know. You don't just blow up. Like you have to put in the work, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where I get the drive from, and I feel like everyone else should have that mindset.
For sure. I mean, as you know, my mind, I've told you many times, my mindset is like, I'm ready to die trying.
Yeah.
I think if you're not ready to die trying, you gotta pause and really reconsider a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You got any questions for me?
Let's see. I'm not the best podcaster, or the best interviewer, but let's see. Who's your biggest inspiration? I'm curious about that because I've never heard that before.
So, in the motivational speaking space, my inspiration would be Alex Morton, and I actually have a cool story about Alex Morton. So, Alex Morton, I saw in Miami in 2022. He hosted an event called Break the Code. It was a conference with a bunch of big leaders in the industry, and I bought the ticket to the event, which was $300. I then proceeded to fly down there for $400. So I'm already $600 in. I had $500 in my bank account at the time, and I heard he was going to an after party, and I wanted to meet him. So I blew that $500 to go to the same after party, hoping he'd be there. When he was there, he had security, and he had a line of like 100 kids.
Damn.
Wanting to meet him and take pictures. So I waited in that line for about an hour and a half. And then I told him my story, my quick story, my elevator pitch about how I was adopted and misdiagnosed and didn't go to college. And I went to walk away, and he grabbed my arm and he goes, "Hold on, like, you want to take a picture?" And I told him, "No need, I'm going to share a stage with you one day." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want a picture here." And I just left. I walked out of line. I didn't say anything, and like the kids next to me were like, "No way, you did that. You didn't get your picture with Alex. You were an hour and a half." What the hell? I was like, "Trust the process."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at his content, he's selling out arenas, and he's really inspiring and changing thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives at one time. But I want to impact, inspire, motivate, and educate at the highest level possible, and he's there.
Yeah.
And as you know, I just did that conference, A to B Con 3, where you got to perform too. And he was the headliner, so I got to share a stage with him, and we met backstage, and we had the conversation, and he told me I was the only one that he remembered in that whole line.
Huh.
He knew who I was, and then I walked in.
That's awesome, bro. I didn't even know that was the same guy.
Yeah, so we didn't even get, I got that full circle moment, and other than that, I would say my father, but like industry-wise, Alex for sure.
Cool. That's awesome, bro.
Can we hear a little bit of Pono, since we were talking about that?
Let's see. Let's see if I can play it without a cable. It's your life, so live it. It's okay to be different. One life that you are given. One life, don't use it all. No regrets, following trust. Leave your haters in the dust, 'cause you got one life.
That's awesome. What is your final message to the audience before we close out this episode?
My final message to the audience is don't listen to the haters. Follow your dream and do what you want to do. Don't listen to anybody else. It's your life, so live it.
That's awesome. I want to remind you that you're enough, you're capable, you've got it. Whatever you want to do, you can make it happen. This is Dylan Smith and Shane Appel here at Saucy Entertainment TV. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on all platforms at Shane.Appel.
We'll catch you next time.